And this is very important in reference to the violations of these government people and their satellite activities. People want to know why they're doing this. I'm not obligated to none of these people. My parents weren't obligated to these people. So people need to know why these people have been doing these things. Why you been doing these things, Satellite Man? Because you're a thief? Why'd you damage my tailbone? Why'd you damage my leg? Why'd you damage my face and teeth? Why you been doing things to me? Need to know why. A lot of people want to know why. You were trying to terrorize somebody because they have a bigger penis than you? My penis is real. I was born with a big penis. That's a natural quality. You thought somebody was obligated to you, government man? You wanted to muscle somebody? You wanted somebody to give up their parents' estates? I'm not obligated, and that's un-American. So the fact of you injuring me, and I am an American athlete too, and a historic person of America. So where do you come from? Where do you come from, government man? You think somebody's obligated? You think somebody's required to give up their money or property and land because you poached sperm and made illegal children in your German party or Middle Eastern party? No, that's poaching. That's a crime. It even says on Treasury documents, I can't date anybody in your race. Do you understand why? So in reference to the information of what you've been doing and what your activities of injuring things on my body, need to know why. What are you doing it for? I'm not obligated to you, Mr. Satellite Man. You're not the ruler of private property in this country. You're not the ruler of private estates in America or private companies. No, you're not. You're not the owner of people. Why would you be trying to claim that you thought I would be your slave when my parents owned more land than you in this country? My grandparents owned more land than you in this country? My family history is longer than your history in America? So a lot of people want to know, who do you think you are? Why do you think you had any right doing these things? Stealing from me, holding me hostage, burning on me and torturing me and injuring me. Who do you think you are? Need some answers. The answers for, many people want to know the reasons. What you doing this for? Trying to make up lies? Trying to make up fabrications? You're still burning my tailbone. They haven't stopped at all. They're still burning my tailbone. What you doing that for, government man? They just hit me in the throat, too. You think American people are obligated to your political party or something? Need to know why. Don't forget, my family owned land in America before slavery. And my parents even had on court records they didn't hire slaves. And it is on court records, too. Even though my family was friendly with different races and ethnicities of people. But, my parents and grandparents was the ones that employed the residents of Americans, a lot of Americans before slavery was ever in America. So this is very important. So, it's kind of a question of, and this is a first world country. So this is general information about, trying to figure out who these people think they are. These people that are doing these things. Who do you think you are? You're trying to steal what Americans built in America, government man? Do you claim you thought somebody owed you money? Government man? We need the information. You're dragging time along with your crimes. People want to hear your voice about what you think, government man. People want to know what you're thinking. You know, free opportunities to put videos on YouTube, government man. What you're trying to talk about, what you're trying to say. You tried to create public scrutiny. And don't forget, my parents made a lot of people rich. More than you. A lot of people prospered working at my mother and father's companies. So who are you, government man? And people that worked at my grandfather's companies. And grandmother's companies back in the day, my real biological grandparents. So who are you, government man? You thought you would claim that you thought somebody that owned more or came from a richer family would be your slave? You thought somebody was obligated to you, so you thought you would be cracking the whip on them with a satellite, burning their tailbone, injuring their bodies, damaging their face and teeth? You need some answers, man. So who do you think you are, government man? There's term limits in politics in America, too. If they find you've been acting as a political representative of this country in some type of dictatorship, even after you've already served in office, you can get brought up on treason charges. You understand that, government man? So we need an answer on what you're trying to do. Because people want to know in America. The American people are not obligated to be slaves under your dictatorship at all. Whoever the satellite controllers, they've been doing this before this administration too. So people want to know, who do you think you are, government man? You thought somebody came from a richer family that owned more land in America, that had more businesses and more property and more wealth and old history of wealth too. You thought what, government man? You thought somebody was obligated to you? Because you came from where? A country where people are obligated to you? Well, you probably need to go back to that country. Because you don't have a right being in America hurting me or hurting other people, government man. You've been hurting me and you've probably hurt other people too, haven't you? People need to know why you think people would be obligated to you. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are, government man? Why do you think you had any right injuring me? You thought somebody owed you something? In your brain you thought this? People need to know what you're trying to say, government man. Put videos on YouTube about what you're trying to say. You better quit burning my asshole and tailbone, man. You thought you'd attack somebody because they're an athlete? There's been athletes in American history for a long time. Maybe you're the person that's been ruining the lives of athletes in America. What race are you, government man? What religion are you? Where do you come from? What's your parents' history, government man? You need to show up in court. You need to make some videos on YouTube or something. And your false claims of trying to put obligations on other people's lives, government man, can get you put on trial for the death penalty. This is America, land of the free. Freedom from dictatorships. You need to show up in court, government man. You need to make some YouTube videos too about your reasons of your satellite activity. Don't forget, this is America. This is not Germany. It's not the Middle East. You don't have a right trying to steal what Americans have built in America. You don't have a right murdering people and stealing houses or crippling or injuring people and then putting expenses on them or kidnapping them from another city and state and then claiming you thought you owned people. We need all the information of any person that fabricated that they claimed they thought they owned me. You thought you owned a faster person? A faster athlete, a stronger athlete, a smarter athlete than your own people, government man? Really? We need some answers. Who do you think you are? Why don't you call one of the news networks? Maybe they'll do an interview for you. Or they'll do an interview of you saying who you are and why you thought you had any right burning on people's bodies that are Americans. Or any other race, government man. Need some answers. You don't have any answers, do you? Because you're psycho. You're too chicken shit to make YouTube videos about what you're trying to say. Aren't you fucking freak? Better make some videos about what you're trying to say and what you're trying to do, government psycho man. You're going to probably end up in prison for the rest of your life or something.